Chronicle. 17-year-old Felicity's eyes had popped when she first saw this year's tree, its long branches gracefully spreading from its sturdy trunk. "This is the biggest tree we've ever had," she had said. "How did you get it through the front door?" Nell had smiled enigmatically. In fact, she had hired 2 young workers at the Christmas tree lot to deliver the tree and wrangle it into its stand. A new one Nell had purchased, as the one she already owned was far too small for the trunk of this giant. But one Christmas tree wasn't enough, not this year. A small artificial tree stood on a table on the landing of the 2nd floor. It was hung with skeletons of starfish, seashells of various shapes and sizes, bits of green and blue sea glass, plastic lobsters, little wooden lobster traps, and a selection of ceramic moose, loons, puffins, and bears. Mom?" 21-year-old Molly had said when Nell had been putting the final touches on the tree. "We know we live in Maine. We know we might run across a moose on the road at any time, though I seriously hope we don't." "What's your point?" Nell had asked. "It's just that a tree like this should be in the lobby of a hotel or a retail store. It's like an advertisement." Nell's disappointment must have shown on her face, because Molly had immediately added, "Sorry, Mom. I wasn't criticizing, really." Another small tree stood on a sideboard in the dining room, this one decorated with ornaments related to Santa Claus in his various guises, from the stately and solemn St. Nicholas, secret gift-giver and patron saint of sailors, to the uniquely English versions of Father Christmas, clutching wassail bowls and dressed in furred and hooded gowns with wreaths of holly encircling their heads, to the jolly, bearded American Santa of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer fame, with red suit trimmed in white fur, black boots and belt, and a hat tipped with a white fur pom-pom. This was the Santa Claus to be found in every mall in the United States from just after Thanksgiving until Christmas Eve. The Santa Claus who posed for pictures with small, often bewildered children perched on his lap. It was a matter of regret for Nell that she had never managed to get such a portrait of the girls with Santa. It hadn't been for lack of trying. Sheer bad luck had gotten in the way. Nell had decorated the girls' bedrooms for the holidays, too, though with more restraint than she had employed with the rest of the house. She respected their rooms as private spaces, so she had confined herself to hanging a jingle bell from each doorknob and a fabric wall hanging on the back of each closet door. As for Nell's own bedroom, well, it was empty of anything relating to Christmas, other than the materials for the secret craft projects on which she was working. It simply hadn't seemed worth the effort to add a jingle bell or a wall hanging for her own enjoyment, and her daughters wouldn't notice. It had been years since either girl had come to her mother's room to cuddle with her in the new bed Nell had bought when they first moved to Yorktide. Her old bed, the one she had shared for more than 15 years with Joel, had swiftly gone to a charity shop. Nell did not hate her ex-husband, in spite of the fact that he had left her for his mistress, but neither did she need so solid a reminder of their past intimate life in her new home. Nell continued on to the kitchen now, where the large square table was set up for the day's craft project. She took a seat, and as she did so, she was suddenly overwhelmed by a sense of sadness, tinged with bittersweet nostalgia. It wasn't the first time this season she had been overcome with these feelings, and she knew it would not be the last, for this Christmas might very well be the final one she would spend with both of her children under one roof. By this time the following year, Nell thought it was likely that Molly would be married, or at least engaged, to Mick Williams, her longtime boyfriend. And as for Felicity, the news had come as a very great shock. Felicity had spent the weekend after Thanksgiving in Boston with her father and stepmother and Pam's 8-year-old son, Taylor. On